How Qatar became Trump's key ally in his Middle East peace efforts. As he flew to the Middle East to celebrate his diplomatic victory on a ceasefire and hostage release in Gaza, President Donald Trump heaped praise on one ally in particular: Qatar. Follow this channel, ECOchnneltv, for more updates on international news. Qatar was a tremendous help to getting this done. I hope people can realize that, Trump told reporters on Air Force One. It was very tough and very dangerous for Qatar. They were very brave. The Gulf nation has long been a broker in diplomatic negotiations, but its key role as mediator, along with Egypt in the Gaza talks, further cemented its stature in the eyes of the U.S. president. In a sign of the warm relationship within his first 10 months in office, Trump received a plane meant to be used as Air Force One from Doha, and the president signed an executive order giving Qatar an unprecedented bilateral defense pact, with the U.S. following an Israeli strike on Hamas leaders in its capital, Doha. But Trump's effusive praise was a far cry from his stance on Qatar in the early months of his first term, when he accused the nation of funding terrorism in the region. U.S. officials, regional sources, and experts say the vastly improved relations are due to the development of personal relations between Trump and members of his close inner circle and Qatari leaders, a steady campaign of lobbying, and the nation's ability to deliver as an effective interlocutor between the U.S. and a vast number of players, including the Taliban, the Houthis, Iran, and Hamas. "I can't recall any country that's had the turnaround that Qatar has," said Ben Freeman, who tracks foreign influence at the Quincy Institute for Responsible Statecraft. The Qataris were critical. Trump signaled the importance of his relationship with Qatar to his second term by including the small nation on the first overseas trip after his inauguration. Trump immediately tapped into the relationships that had developed during his first term and had been strengthened by business deals that his friends and family had done with Qatar in recent years, explained current U.S. officials and regional diplomats. The Trump family's business ties to the Middle East have more than tripled since the president's first term in office, a CNN tally of the deals found in May. Earlier this year, the Trump Organization announced plans for a Trump-branded golf resort in Qatar that was supported by a firm backed by Qatar's sovereign wealth fund. The Qatari emir also maintained direct contact with Trump during his years out of office, which is something not all other world leaders did, a source familiar with the matter said. The familiarity made for productive, trustworthy, and blunt interactions, sources said. Freeman noted that Trump wants to be seen as this great dealmaker and win the Nobel Peace Prize, and Qatar is seen as being able to help him get done on the international stage what he wants to get done. Qatar helped to draft the 21-point plan for peace in Gaza that Witkoff initially shared with Arab and Muslim nations in New York, which led to pivotal discussions that laid the groundwork for the hostage release and ceasefire, which came just weeks later, a source said. And then, when last week's high-stakes negotiations occurred in Egypt, Trump's top envoy Steve Witkoff and his son-in-law Jared Kushner met privately with Hamas leader Khalil al-Hayya and a senior Qatari official, a meeting which led to a breakthrough in negotiations, according to two sources familiar with the matter. It came as Hamas was looking for reassurances that Israelis would not reignite the war after the Israeli hostages held by the group were released. The Qataris sought out Witkoff and Kushner for the meeting, first reported by Axios, which was pivotal in securing the agreement to release hostages and put a ceasefire into effect later that night. Plain and simple, that agreement would not have been a ceasefire